What's up? In this video, we're going to talk about how do you, as a busy man living in a big city, attract beautiful women. In this video, you're going to learn how to get a beautiful girlfriend, even if you've had trouble in the past. And what we're going to talk about today are proven frameworks that I've been teaching for over 10 years that have helped men attract and date the women they're truly attracted to. So, today's conversation isn't going to be about how to attract, just any women. I know that you know how to attract women, but the question, the struggle guys are having is, how do I get the women I truly want? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, in case you don't know me, my name is Jad T. Jones. I've been a dating coach for over 12 years. This is my beautiful dream girl, Denisa. And in case you haven't heard from my fans, I have now released my book, Seduce with Integrity. 500 pages, no fluff. That book is going to teach you how to get a beautiful girlfriend. So if you want to get your dream girl like I have my dream girl, make sure you pick up the book, Seduce with Integrity. Okay, so let's just jump right in. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover the habits of highly successful seducers. Men are attracting beautiful women by law, not by luck. If you're not getting the caliber of woman you want, it's because you have the wrong habits. So in this video, I'm going to share the success habits that you need to adopt in order to attract the kind of women that you want to attract. Now, before we get into the habits, let me just tell you, why am I getting on camera? Why am I doing this? Once upon a time, a number of years ago, I was in your spot. I was single, I was a well put together guy, and I kept asking myself, why do I see all these other men dating these beautiful women, and like I'm clearly superior to these guys, yet they have hotter women than me? What's going on here? So I know you're probably going through something the same. I know you have a high level of game. I know you have a high level of knowledge of the game. I know you're a decent looking guy and you got your shit together, yet you're wondering, why am I not getting the caliber of woman I deserve? So I want to let you know that I was on the other side, looking around, wondering, how the hell am I going to meet these? I see all these attractive women all around. How the hell am I going to meet them? And why are guys that are less good looking than me, less talented than me, getting hotter women? So we're going to answer those questions today so that you can become the guy that other men are looking at and be like, how did he get her? That's going to be you. That's my objective for today. So let's go into the habits. The number one thing that allowed me to start attracting and dating the women I truly wanted was that I made a definite decision. I got so fed up one day that I said, I'm going to get this handled no matter what it takes, no matter what it costs. You guys know my favorite book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So Think and Grow Rich isn't only about how to attract money, it's about how to attract anything you want in your life. So Napoleon Hill said that until you make a definite decision to have something, you will never have it. So it can't be a mere hope or a wish. Said in another way, you can't try to get a hot girlfriend. You can't be half in, half out. One of the most common mistakes I see men make is they're trying to get a hot girlfriend, but they're not committed to getting a hot girlfriend. Those two things are worlds apart. Worlds apart. Let me tell you why. When you're just trying, you're like, oh, let me try to see if this works, then you're going to quit at the first sign of adversity. But the man who says to himself, hell or high water, I'm going to get this thing handled if it's the last thing I do, if it kills me, that's the man that is going to get his result. So one thing that you want to investigate within yourself, if you haven't been getting results with women, is, have I made a definite decision? Let me spell it out for you. This is what a definite decision sounds like. Jad, many years ago, looked himself in the mirror and said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price I need to pay in order to get this handled. I'm willing to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price life asks of me in return for getting this handled. So that means I was willing to go out there and talk to endless women. I was willing to go out there and try new things and get rejected. I was willing to jump out of my comfort zone over and over. I was willing to invest in myself, invest in mentors, in programs. Whatever life asked me to do, I did it. And that's why I got to the other side. So you're here, let's imagine you're here single and not dating the women you want, and you want to get here, dating your dream girl. Let's have Denisa represent your dream girl. Maybe she's not your type, but let's just use her as an example. So you're over here and your dream girl's over here, and then there's this gap in between. So the first thing for you to cross this gap is this commitment that I'm willing to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price I need to pay. And that's when you build the bridge. So nothing happens until a man decides. There's another great story in the book Think and Grow Rich, where he says a commander takes his troops and sails across the sea to a foreign land to battle an opponent. And then when they get to the shores, the commander commands them to burn the ships. And then while the ships are burning, he says to his troops, you see those ships? Those were your only way back home. If you ever want to see your family and your homeland again, you need to win this battle. And because they burned their ships, because there was no retreat, they went in to battle and they won. That's the essence of a committed decision. If there's one pattern of failure I see with a lot of men when I speak to them, it's that they're not committed. They're not willing to do whatever it takes. They're willing to do what's convenient. They're willing to do what's inside their comfort zone. But once things get too hard or too expensive, or they have to practice more patience, then they start to give up. So let's leave it at that. Step one to getting your dream girl: make a definite decision that you will have it come hell or high water. You will die before giving up on this dream. Now, the second thing that's stopping you from getting your dream girl is the average guy these days has a cluster of destructive habits that is keeping him single. The cluster of common habits that a lot of men are engaged in are as follows. Maybe you don't have all of these, but if you're single and having trouble attracting beautiful women, chances are you probably have a handful of these bad habits. Number one, you're overeating and you can't take your shirt off because you look like shit without your shirt off, with your shirt off. Guys, I have a saying. If you want a 10, you have to be a 10. If you want a 10, you have to be a 10. You are delusional if you think you can have an average body, love handles, little man titties, a belly, and then get the hottest women. Why is she going to go for you? Not only that, but your body is your public resume to the world of how much you respect yourself. You're walking up to a woman all with a shot out body, all flabby, love handles, fat rolls, walking up to women and wondering why women aren't choosing you. It's not only about the fact that you're flabby or skinny fat or whatever you are, it's what that says about you. That means you don't respect yourself. That means you're not disciplined. That means that you're delusional. That means it's just saying all the wrong things about you. So you need to raise your standards and get in the gym, hire a personal trainer, Or if you get on my program actually includes getting jacked and ripped. But get help, get the help you need to get jacked and ripped. A single guy who wants a hot girl should be busy getting jacked and ripped. And here's now before you run off and say, okay, I'm just gonna focus on building my muscles for the next year and I'm not gonna focus on seduction. No, you gotta do both. You gotta focus on your body and your diet, and you gotta focus on developing your seduction skills. Why? Another mistake a lot of guys make, this is going on a little side tangent, is that they'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to focus on my body for the next year. When I get a good body, then I'll get women. Or I'm just going to put my head down, focus on my career. Once I get money, then I'll get women. I'll tell you this. Both of these guys call me up and say, hey, Jad, I put my head down, worked hard for 2 years, got my body in check, got my money in check, but I still can't attract women. Yeah. Attracting women is a skill that takes time to build. So you need to start today. You need to start socializing today. Don't think that you're just going to go into this personal development vortex and then come out the other side and be magically confident with women. No, to be confident with women, you have to regularly talk with women. We're gonna hit that point a bit later. So that was a bit of a tangent. Let me get back to the habits that are destroying your confidence and your magnetic attractiveness. Watching porn, scrolling on your phone, scrolling on social media, endless hours randomly scrolling on YouTube, Netflix, gaming, skipping gym workouts. Okay, so this whole a lot of you are lacking presence. In order for you to have impact on a woman. 1 second. I think I'm getting comments here, but I'm not seeing them. 1 second. Oh, here we go. Randy, Pat. All right, here we go. Thanks for tuning in. I was hearing these pops. I'm like, what is that? Okay, those are the comments. Okay. Your energy is impacted by your habits. How you live in private comes across it through your energy in public. So when a guy comes to me for coaching and I first speak to him, I can feel his energy's off. I can feel that he's kind of like jittery and he's kind of all over the place. And I don't feel like he has like a really strong presence. I feel like he's kind of like, you don't really feel like he's there. You need to be present in the moment. You need to be grounded. When you talk to a woman, she should feel that boom, that presence from you. In order for you to have that masculine presence that women, boom, feel, you must be grounded. In order for you to be grounded throughout your day, you can't be fucking with all these electronic devices compulsively and addictively. So, let me break it down for you again. If your life looks as follows: you eat like shit, you're playing with your phone, you pick up your phone every time it dings, you're bored, so you just scroll on social media, now you're on an app for a scrolling dating app, and then, okay, now you're on YouTube, you watch 2 hours of YouTube, then you go to Netflix, you're hyper-stimulated. Okay, now you're hyper-stimulated, and then you show up to a girl and you're like, oh, hi, how are you? And your energy just scattered and you're not attractive. So cut out all that junk, the junk food, the junk electronics, the junk porn, all those junk habits, and spend more time in grounded activities, lifting weights, food preparation, sitting in stillness, also called meditation. You can't be hyper-stimulated and give that powerful presence as a man that you need to give off when you're around women. So, men these days are in denial, thinking that they can get away with living a bad habit-filled life and then showing up in front of a woman and then being attractive. That's not the way it works. What you do in private, we feel in public, meaning What you do in private, when you show up, your energy and your presence, we feel how you're being. I call it like living like a boy. So if you're living like a boy, that's, hey, Sade, what's up? When you're living like a boy, it means you're serving your desires all day. Me, 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 me. I want to scroll on social media. I want to eat a hamburger. I want to skip a workout because I'm tired. I want to scroll on, I want to watch porn because I'm lonely. I want to play video games because I don't want to feel the pain of my problems and my disappointing life. I want to. That's what a boy does. A man, on the other hand, he wakes up and he thinks, how can I serve the world? How can I be there for my people? How can I live as an inspiration for others? Ah, now that's a different motivation, isn't it? Now you're motivated by your purpose, not by feeding your selfish desire. Now, a man who's thinking, oh, I'm a man and therefore I'm here to serve. Okay, well, what can I do? How can I live in order to be a positive impact to my people, to show up for my people? Ah, well, I can wake up early. That will inspire my people. I can get jacked and ripped. That'll inspire my people. I can live a disciplined life, quit the porn, the social media, the Netflix, the gaming, all that stuff. That'll inspire my people. And that'll get my energy really grounded and strong. So when I get around other men, that'll inspire them and make them better. So, are you living for you or are you living for your people? Most of you guys are living for you. And this is one thing a lot of you guys like. I say, if we took a camera crew without warning and pointed it into your life for 24 hours, would you be happy that we showed up? Or would you be ashamed? Like, oh, damn, they're going to see me watching porn and eating junk food, stuffing my face, never working out and all this stuff. We want you to live a life where you're like, bring the cameras in. I can't wait to show you. I wake up early. I journal. Then I go into my workout. Look, I take my shirt off. Look, I'm jacked. I'm ripped. Look at me. I'm disciplined throughout my life. My life would make the best reality TV show. Oh, my dream girl's gonna see this reality show? Yeah, I want her to see it. I want her to see it because I'm so proud of what I do in private. I'm so proud of what I do when nobody's looking. Who are you when nobody's watching? Who are you when nobody's watching? That's going to determine your level of attractiveness. If you can be proud as fuck when nobody's watching, when you can do all the right things you need to do when nobody's watching. Because I tell you, when you do all the right things in private, then when you show up in public, now you're a beautiful man. Now you're a grounded motherfucker. Now women are meeting you and are like, there's something different about this guy's presence. I feel this guy different. This guy feels like, boom, like a man. All these other guys I'm meeting, they feel like boys. But this guy, there's something different about this guy. He feels hard. You know what? You want to know the secret of how to have that hard presence, that masculine energy? If you want to be hard, do hard things. If you want to be hard, do hard things. What's hard? Waking up early, hitting the gym, not cheating on your diet, one of the hardest things. Going after that hobby or business that you've been scared to start. Walking up to a drop-dead gorgeous girl that intimidates the hell out of you, but going anyways, even though you're scared. Every day, when you do these hard things, you eventually become that hard motherfucker. And then when you become that hard motherfucker and you step up to that gorgeous girl, you don't got to say much. Because your presence, your essence is saying everything. Is saying I'm a motherfucking man and I spend my days serving my purpose, not my pleasure. See the difference? You got to stop living like a boy, living to serve yourself and your pleasures, and start living like a man, creating the real you. You have an image in your mind of the ideal you, the 10.0 version of you. That's the you that you're going to love. And this brings us to self-esteem. Do you know what self-esteem is? Self-esteem simply means I love myself. That's all self-esteem is I love myself. How do you love yourself? You love yourself by doing everything right throughout the day, by stacking wins throughout the day. I hit my diet. I hit my workout. I walked up to that girl I wanted to walk up to. I honored my wake-up time. I stacked all these wins. I did what I said I was going to do. And when you do that day after day, week after week, month after month, that's when you build true self-esteem, true self-love. Now you're proud. You're proud of yourself. A woman loves a man who loves himself. I talk about that in my book. Okay, I talk about that in my book. A woman loves a man who loves himself. I go deep into it in the book, but for now, your priority is to love yourself. And let me make this really clear in case you didn't hear me. You will never love yourself as long as you're sitting there watching porn. You'll never love yourself as long as you got a social media addiction. You'll never love yourself if you're using your phone excessively, gaming excessively. You're never going to love yourself if you're ashamed to take your shirt off. You're never going to love yourself if you don't have the balls to walk up to a girl even if she rejects you. Bro, let me tell you, every single time myself or one of my students is really scared to walk up to a woman, but we walk up anyways, you know what we always say at the afterwards? Oh, that was so much easier than I thought. Oh, that was so not as bad as I thought, right? So go talk to the women, even if you're shitting your pants, because you're going to talk to her and you're going to be like, oh, I did a lot better than I expected, and it went a lot better than I expected, and it wasn't even that scary. But you got to do the hard things in order to love yourself, in order to build that self-esteem. Okay? So, I went a bit on a rant there, but I think it was a good rant. Here's the next principle on how to get a woman that you're truly attracted to. Stop being a lone ranger. If there's one common mistake that is prevalent these days, it's the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger means, oh, you know what? Information is free and I got ChatGPT now and AI and endless videos, so I don't need to hire a coach or a mentor or anything like that because I can just accumulate anything from everywhere and then I can get my dream girl. I've been at this for over 12 years now, seen thousands and thousands and thousands of men come through. And I can tell you, the guys that isolate themselves and try to go at this game alone, they stay alone. Let's say that again. The guys who try to isolate themselves and go at this game alone, they stay alone. Seduction is a team sport. Success is a team sport. If we refer back to my favorite book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he said, after studying 500 of the most successful men, that he did not find that one man achieved great success alone. Not one. Not one. Out of 500 of the top successful men in America at the time, he couldn't find one that succeeded alone. So he came up with a principle, a success principle. He said, no man can accumulate great wealth or success without the use of the mastermind principle. So I remind you, Think and Grow Rich isn't only about how to accumulate money. I use the same principles to succeed in seduction. So he said, no man can achieve great success without the use of the mastermind. Put in plain English, no man can achieve success in seduction alone. That's basically what he's saying. Or no man can achieve success alone. So you want to audit yourself right now. Have you been going at it alone up till now? Well, that's a big reason why you don't have a hot girlfriend right now. No, Jad, that's not why. It's because I have anxiety. No, it's because I'm autistic. No, it's because of I need more confidence. No, it's because I have self-esteem issues. No, and no. I have had countless students come to me who had all those issues, yet after working with them for a short time, we course corrected them a bit, and now they have beautiful girlfriends. And what's the one thing they changed? They had been going at it alone for 2, 3, 5, 7 years, and then they weren't getting results. Then they masterminded with a mentor, me in this case, and then after 3 months, 6 months, sometimes in extreme cases 9 months, ding ding, they got a girlfriend. Why? Because they plugged in the essential recipe of not going at it alone. So I know you think your problem is a lot of things, and maybe you do have a lot of issues, but one of the problems you definitely have is you're going at it alone. And as long as you continue to go at it alone, you're going to continue to get mediocre results. So if you want to get a breakthrough in this game, you need to hire a mentor. You need to mastermind with someone who already has the result that you want. So, for example, I have my dream girl. I've also helped dozens of men get their dream girls. If you want your dream girl, you need to go to a guy who's already got his dream girl because he knows how to do it. So don't go at it alone. If you want your dream girl, if you're serious, if you're committed, don't go at it alone. You need to work at this with a mentor. Oh, I got an extra pop-up. Okay, here it is. The next principle we're going to address is called almost there. I found something 3 months ago, actually more like 6 months ago, which is like almost there. So many guys feel like they're almost there. Drop in the chat right now, even if you're watching this as a recording or if you're live, how many of you feel like you're almost got this figured out? Like I understand so much of the game. I'm just almost there. Here's an interesting thing I've observed. There are a lot of guys who have been studying this material for years. And you tell them, hey man, you're still stuck. You've been stuck for 2 years. Why don't you hire a mentor? Jad, no, it's okay. I'm almost there. I don't need a mentor. I almost got it figured out. I'll probably figure it out in the next few months. So I'm not going to invest money in a mentorship. I'll save my money. I'm almost there. Okay. Funny thing. You talk to those same guys a year later, a year and a half later, 2 years later, they're still stuck and they're still almost there. You want to be careful. You want to ask yourself a question and answer yourself very honestly. How long have you felt like you're almost there? If it's been longer than 9 months, you're not moving, man. You need help. You have a blind spot or a set of blind spots that are keeping you stuck. And a blind spot, by definition, means you don't know what the problem is. So, all this to tell you, if you're someone who's almost there, you're actually the perfect person who needs a coach. Let's say that again. If you're the guy who's almost there, feels like I almost got this figured out, those are the guys who need a coach. Why? That doesn't make sense. Aren't the guys who need coaching the guys that are clueless? No. If you're clueless about this game, you need more information. Go watch a bajillion videos, educate yourself, and then see if you can figure it out on your own or not. The guys who need coaching are the guys who are almost there, but then they just need a mentor to help them with that last 5%, that last 3%. Let's take the analogy of an airplane. An autopilot, okay, or let's make it simple. So, an airplane is flying from New York to Los Angeles. What would happen if it was just 1% off course. Just 1% off course. That's the difference between landing safely in LAX or crashing into the ocean. 1%. Almost there is similar to a plane that's almost on track. It's almost on course. Let me ask you this question. If you're a guy who's like, Jad, you know what? I'm one of those guys. I feel like I'm almost there. That's why I don't hire a coach, because, I don't want to waste money. I'm almost there. Why would I hire a coach? Like, what if I just figure out next month? Do you have beautiful women in your bed? Have you been having beautiful women in your bed? How long have you been almost there? Almost there is not there. That's all I'm going to tell you. Almost there is not there. And if you've been almost there for more than a year, you got to be honest with yourself and be like, okay, I need some help. I'll leave it at that. Denial is a very common problem in this space. And that's why guys get stuck, because they're in denial. So I'm just trying to help wake you up. So let's wrap this up now. Let's wrap this up. Let me leave you with this final thing. You're not going to get... So what I specialize in is I help you attract and date the women you're truly attracted to. I don't care about helping you attract just any women. I know you can attract some women. I know you can stay relaxed around some women. But you guys are always telling me, hey, Jad, you know what? I can stay relaxed around most women, but I really freak out around the really hot ones. Or, hey, I can get a lot of women, but I can never get the ones I really want. This conversation is about how do you get that top tier woman, the quality inside and out woman. So with that context, you're not going to meet a drop dead gorgeous 10 online. So stop hiding behind your computer, crossing your finger, or swiping on those apps, which, by the way, those companies are shady, and I'm not going to go into it, but there's a large chance that they're scamming you with their algorithm and making you pay for stuff. And I won't go into it, but I'll tell you, I'm like the dating coach on the other side, seeing kind of like a big data set, right? In the past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, no guy has come to me and said, hey, Jad, I used the online game and look at my drop dead gorgeous sexy girlfriend wife. Not one guy. But you know what I hear over and over and over and over? Hey, Jad, I tried these dating apps. Hey, I got like nice photos of myself. I set up my profile. I did everything and still nothing. Or just getting average girls. I'm not getting the really hot ones. So all that to say, your boy Jad, where did he get his dream girl? And where did he get beautiful women when he was, out there in the game, casually dating and stuff? In person. I showed up hundreds of nights and days doing day game and night game, talking to girls, talking, approaching women, talking to women in person. So what I want to tell you, my brother, is if you want a quality woman like I have here, you got to show up in real life and talk to these women that intimidate you in real life. Now, if you want my help, my coaching, there's a link in the show notes below this video. You can click it to schedule a free consultation with me to see if my coaching is of interest to you, and I can help you do that. Also, you can check out my book, Seduce with Integrity, which also teaches you how to talk to drop dead gorgeous women in person and helps you overcome your paralyzing fear that imprisons you. But my brother, the thing I'm going to leave you with this is this. You got to talk to girls in person. Okay? Coming back to character, you got to build your character. If you're too scared to talk to real girls in real life, not behind a fucking screen like a pussy ass bitch, talk to girls in real life. You need to have that amount of character. If you don't have at least that amount of character, you're doomed. You're doomed. You got to build your balls. Build your balls. I mean, go out there. Try, fail. Man, I don't care if you get rejected. I don't care if you crash and burn. I don't care if you fail. In fact, I would love you to write me and say, hey, Jad, I went out there, I crashed and burned every single girl. I talked to 12 girls and they all shot me down. I'd be like, yeah, bro, you're a winner because you're going after what you want. A real man knows who he is, knows what he wants, and isn't afraid to go after it. Now, I know for a lot of you, your fear imprisons you. That was my big struggle. My fear, I felt like I was behind an invisible wall of invisible bars. Okay. But, I explained it in this book how I escaped that prison and how you can too. So you can just check out the book, Proven Frameworks, that I've worked on myself, and they've worked like thousands of times on guys international. But you got to show up in person, bro. That's like, you just have to. So let's recap. Number 1, get your body in check. Number 2, get your habits in check so that you can have a good energy. How you act in private is going to come across in public. One thing I was going to say that I didn't get to is when I talk to someone on camera, a guy who's talking to me to see if he's going to join my coaching program, man, I can tell within seconds, I know what your habits are through your energy. You don't even have to tell me. I know you're watching porn. I know you're addicted to your phone. I know you're eating junk food. Even if I see you from your neck up, I know that you're shot out and not hitting the gym. So women feel that shit too. So be a man when nobody's watching. Cut out this boy shit. Go out there, socialize with women, and make a definite decision. I'm going to do whatever it takes and pay whatever goddamn motherfucking price life asks of me in return for getting my dream girl. Because nothing less will suffice. You will be tested, my friend. And only the man who has decided beforehand, you're going to have to kill me before I quit this motherfucker. Only that guy is going to reach the other side. The guy that's half in, half out, the guy that's going to try, he's dead before he started. Because this game is hard and it is full of adversity. And guess what? Beautiful women are going to reject you and make you feel like shit. It's part of the game. Think of it like American football. How ridiculous would you be if you said, okay, you know what, guys, I'm going to play, but I'm only going to catch the touchdown pass and run to the end goal, but nobody tackle me, okay? I'm not willing to get tackled. That would be ridiculous, right? Well, same as in the game. If you want the rewards, you got to also be willing to take the hits. So, let's wrap it up. This is my dream girl. My passion is to help you get your dream girl. 2 ways if you want help. Number 1, schedule a free call below. In the show notes, you can see a link to my calendar. Or if you don't want coaching, but you want to know how to get beautiful women, go to Amazon.com and get Seduce with Integrity, my 500-page book that will be probably one of the best books you've ever read on seduction. It took me 8 years to write, and you better believe it has the answers you're looking for. So thanks for talking. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you very soon. Peace.